It's a Wednesday before testing in Bahrain gets underway, and there is plenty to get into as Haas's off-season continues to be spun into total turmoil. Legal action being threatened against them, and now they're going to be late to the track this week as well. And Lewis Hamilton wants to destroy Max Verstappen. Let's get into the all-important headlines in Formula 1 here with GP Fans. Poor Haas F1. They were hoping to have such a good 2022 with the development of their car for this coming year, and their focus being that for the last 12 months, but things just can't go right for them this winter, with the team now set to miss the first morning of practice in Bahrain as the second week of testing gets underway this Thursday. The team's plans have been shifted after a freight aircraft carrying some of the team's equipment was delayed after suffering technical issues. It was originally thought that the delay wouldn't affect the team's plans for the week, but further delays have meant that their day one of testing will have to start later than planned. This will be a real headache for team principal Günther Steiner and his team, with issues during their test days in Spain limiting their track time during the first 3 days of testing this winter. And as if it couldn't get any worse for Haas F1, the team right now is being threatened with legal action after their former sponsor, Uralkali, is seeking a repayment of funds after Haas dropped them from their livery after the Russian invasion of Ukraine. The potash fertilizer producer owned by Dmitry Mazepin, the father, of course, of former Haas driver Nikita, has taken exception to the removal of the company's name from the car and the subsequent cutting of ties that linked the Russian company to the constructor, saying in a statement on Wednesday, "The company views the team's decision as unreasonable and believes that sports should always be free from politics and pressure from external factors." The statement went on to add why the company feels they should be reimbursed financially, saying, "As most of the sponsorship funding for the 2022 season has already been transferred to Haas, and given that the team terminated the sponsorship agreement before the first race of the 2022 season, Haas has thus failed to perform its obligations to Uralkali for this year's season. Uralkali shall request the immediate reimbursement of the amounts received by Haas." And all of this while we still wait for news on who will be taking the permanent seat for the team for the coming season, with the first race around 10 days away. Poor Haas indeed. Elsewhere, where we expect to be further up the grid, Lewis Hamilton is ready to take the fight back to Red Bull as he goes in search of a record 8th Drivers' World Championship, with the former Formula 1 driver Karun Chandhok saying that Formula 1 has pulled the tail of the tiger that is Hamilton with how last season finished. It certainly seems that the Mercedes driver is ready to get back to battling on track after a long winter hiatus away from the public eye in order to get over what happened in Abu Dhabi and the result of his season-long battle with Max Verstappen. Chandhok's words weren't the only ones that seemed to indicate that Lewis is fired up for the new year, with Mercedes development driver Anthony Davidson saying to Sky Sports this week, "He sure is fired up to win this thing once and for all, and I think he'll be hard to beat. He's certainly coming into this season with a very bullish mentality. There will be nothing more than Lewis wants from this season than to destroy Max Verstappen." Strong words then from the Mercedes development driver. Does Lewis really want to destroy Max Verstappen and Red Bull? Let us know in the comments section below. Is there any sympathy for Haas as well, as they continue to try and do the right thing in a very complex situation, and more problems continue to build up for Günther Steiner and his men? Of course, we're covering all of the testing in Bahrain, whether Haas make it to the track or not, here at GP Fans. So get onto our live blog, gpfans.com, and our review videos as well of every single testing session will be up at the end of the days.